Hello and welcome back. If you have watched any of my previous videos and maybe you're subscribed, and thank you to everyone who is subscribed. Today let's talk about Loake. All right, so if you cannot tell already, this is a boot that's in here because of that big box. So let's go straight into the unboxing. Extra set of laces, these just braided cotton laces, nothing too special, but always a nice touch. Some paperwork. Let's see here, just talking about how to take care of your shoes, how to take care of the different types of leather. Okay, well, I will say here, it talks about calf leather, suede, polished leathers, and hand-painted leathers. Here's a really interesting note. It says that only use water-based creams for hand-painted leathers because it might strip the finish. That's a really good point to note. Is that, and I don't think this one is hand painted, but being a boot, it's not one of the like super high end models, I guess. But you will strip that finish if you if you have like a patina on there and you use an aggressive polish. Don't be surprised when you look at your polishing cloth and you see that finish coming off. I have not learned in first-hand experience yet, but I've heard stories. And one thing as well is, I just noticed this as I've unboxed this shoe. I've never noticed it since owning it, is this quality assurance control signature right here. So it's always good to know that someone had their eyes and their hands on your boot or your shoe before they sent it out to you. And I don't see that too often. Actually, I'm just trying to think here. I don't think Crockett Jones or Trickers or even Edward Green and John Lobb do something like that, but really nice to see. Okay, shoe bags. Big shoe bags for a boot. It's good detail. Now, sometimes you get a shoe bag and it's for a shoe, but you really have a boot in your hand and you just can't fit it in there. Anyways, this is the boot itself. This is called the Wharfdale, but let me get them out of the box here and then I will show you the tag on the box. All right. Let's put this back in here, get this box out of the way. All right, here we go. There's a tag. Wharfdale is the name of this shoe, brown calf leather. This is a G width, wide width. I'll try to touch on that in a little bit. Goodyear welted red Dainite sole. And whack. I don't even know what that means, but okay, let's get into it. So the Wharfdale, this is a full brogue boot. Now it is a shorter boot. If you look at that, I mean, my hand is not good for scale, but I would say that this is Loake's take on the Trickers Stow. It is very, very similar to that Stow boot from Trickers. I will just say that the Stow boot, though, is just a little bit higher, maybe just like 3/4 of an inch or 1 inch higher going up the ankle. This boot kind of treads the line between being a boot and a chukka boot. It is right in between there. So, I mean, that's for better or for worse. But this is the Wharfdale. It is on the Pennine last in a wide width. Let's really quickly just talk about the leather here and just do a quick overview of the boot. It is calf leather. It is, the wrinkling that I'm seeing here is not, it's not the best. Some leathers or some really high-end shoes you go to and you can't even wrinkle this. This is stiff and it is, you would think that stiff leather is of less quality, but sometimes you feel it and it's totally different. You feel that it's stiff there and it won't even crease. And it just shows that how much time and how much, the lasting and the backing in here is such high quality that you can't even crease it. But this one is kind of flexible and, nothing wrong with it at all. There's no marks or any defects that I see anywhere. And this is something, you would not expect anything else from a Northampton maker or an English maker as Loake is. Red Dainite sole. Let's take a look at both here. Nothing too special on the bottom there, really average. I'm not one to count stitch density, but I will say if you can look, the stitch density on this side compared to this one, it's tighter on here versus here, which is, I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but I'm sure that doesn't matter. No one is looking at the stitch density of your sole under a magnifying glass anyways. One detail I did notice as I'm looking at the shoe really up close, and one of the parts that I kind of dislike about it is just these brogue holes. They're a bit oversized in my opinion, and it just makes the boot look a little comical. I don't know if the camera's capturing this really well, but the holes, the individual holes here are they're a little on the bigger side. And it gives it a very casual look, but it goes into that too casual realm as I look at it now. It's just something that I'm just not a big fan of. In terms of the lining, it's a really soft lining. Very, very supple. It's softer in there. Soft lining compared to the outer, very soft in here. Let's get the shoe tree out. I didn't bother with buying a lasted shoe tree or any Loake branded shoe tree. This is just some generic, I was almost going to say the shoe didn't deserve it, but this is a very expensive boot. It just, in the vast, majority of my collection, this one is, just kind of the everyday boot for me. Anyways, this one, it has been worn, I would say 4 or 5 times, full days of wear out in the office, just out in the wild. And you can see it's aging really well. I mean, look at that. Can you see any creasing there? That is just, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this boot, but that creasing there is the reason why I'm keeping it, is because it just doesn't look like it's been worn. And it's really, really incredible. Again, worn 5 times. As we look at the back, you can see that there's that little peak detailing of the brogue, which a lot of other boots don't have. And yeah, we covered the lining. Really nothing special on the inside. You have the quarter sock liner with a really soft heel pad. That's really soft and really plush on the back, just in the heel pad that your heel sits in here, in the sock liner. And then a leather sole, just that veg tan, I'm assuming, leather sole. It even has a stamp in there that says real leather on the sole, on the insole. Inside it says real leather, which is, I guess, good to see. Anyways, let's talk more about the spec of this boot. And I do have the page open here. So it is a G fitting on the Pennine last. In terms of the fit, it is a G fitting. It's a wide fitting. It's on the Pennine or Pennine, whatever, how you pronounce that last. And it is a bigger fitting boot. They even recommend on the website to go half size down. Now, I don't think they had my half size down size in stock when I bought these, so I just went with my true to size, and they're roomy. But it is a shorter boot in terms of length. So I think that if I had went that half size down, my toe would have been dangerously close to that front of that boot, and it may have made for like an uncomfortable situation. Nonetheless, that's again part of the reason why I'm not a huge fan of this boot, is just because the fit didn't work out for me. But nonetheless, it's a great boot. Let's see, what else is the website talking about here? Covered last, and okay. So this boot is part of the 1880 Classics collection at Loake. And this is the higher end, or the highest end of collections that they have. I believe they have the 1880, they have the Loake Design, they have the Lifestyle collection. But these, when you see the 1880 Classic collection, it is, the ones that are made in Northampton, made to their highest standards. This is their, cream of the crop. Maybe it's not the, black cap to Oxford, where they could really show their skills and show what, kind of work they can do on a leather sole. But this is a, casual derby boot, just full brogue. And it's, I'm trying to think of whether I would, and also the is gusseted. The tongue is gusseted here. Trying to think of whether I would recommend this boot, and just for me, it didn't work out. I mean, even talking about the last again, the one thing that I really just dislike about this boot is just that toe spring. Now, toe spring is how much this toe comes up when the boot is just laying flat like that. And this one is just substantial. I mean, I can fit almost my whole hand in there. All 4 fingers almost go under there. And it just makes for that look where it just kind of bows up at the end. I tried to put the shoe trees in, and the shoe trees definitely tried to straighten them out. but it's just the way that it was lasted, and this is the last that they're built on. It's just, what can you do? That's the last, and that's what makes me. I am not a fan of. I certainly don't like no toe spring. I think that some shoes or boots, they come and the toe is almost touching the ground. That is not a good look, but I don't like it when it's on the other end of the spectrum as well, where these are, it's sticking up out there. And yeah, in terms of the laces, I mean, as I covered them, nothing too special. They're blind eyelet with metal hooks there, metal on the inside. But yeah, nothing else too special about this boot. I mean, it is. I'm just trying to think what else I could say. Yeah, and it's really the fit is what's breaking my heart here. I would honestly, for the price that I paid for them, I would have almost went to Trickers instead, because you can find Trickers on sale for 40 or 50% off, and that puts them even at the sale price that these are. You will get Trickers for the same price on sale, and Trickers, this is a whole other, kind of level, in my opinion. The level that Trickers does in terms of, the how stiff that boot is, how substantial and how supported you feel in that last. The 444 or 4447 last. I'm not getting my numbers right there, but I would definitely say try to go to Trickers if you're looking at a boot in this price range. Full Derby Brogue, that's their cream of the crop. Just go to Trickers. But for Loake, I'm not. As I look at their collection before I did this video, again, looking at the 1880 collection, looking at the pricing of that, looking at the professional and the design collection, they are just, there's nothing there that really sticks out to me. It is definitely classic British shoe, but it's not, there's nothing that they do that's completely really special. Crockett Jones, we know that they're, cream of the crop. Carmina offers really great value. And then you have makers like Trickers who specialize in the boot. You have makers, Churches, I mean, they're more in the fashion end now, but they have a really long history. With Loake, I have not seen much about them, and it pains me to say this because, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't tried the best of Loake, what they have to offer, and I can then put a gold star behind their name. But even if you look at Edward Green and John Laud, they're, again, cream of the crop. That's, top of the line shoes. And you feel the difference when you wear them. But for these, it's a tough decision, but I would say shop around if you're looking at a pair of Loakes, unless you can find them at a deep discount and it's, fits you well, it'll serve you well. But for me, I am debating whether to replace these with another boot and put them up for sale, or whether to hang on to them. We'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.